Welcome to Talak-E-Talks. I am Shamsi Sapsap,
And this is Tilapia Words Back.
and our talakan for today ay ang katatapos lang na The Falcon and the Winter Soldier ng Marvel Studios.
So, ano to, ito yung baklaan take. For sure, kasi for sure marami nang gumawa ng ganito, mga straight, mga ganyan-ganyan, mga comic boys. Ito yung baklaan take ng Falcon and the Soldier. At ano to ha, di ba, after na very successful din ng WandaVision.
Is
So, if we put it in context, ano to, parang opposite oranges to kasi ibang iba yung atake dito. Which is kinda,
definitely.
actually, doon ako nagagalingan sa MCU. Kasi nga, yung
Mm,
materials nila, even though it's on the same universe, there's always a different facet, kumbaga. Even yung mga phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, kasi this is part of phase 4. Kung di ako nagkakamali, baka mayari tayo. Parang phase 4 tayo ngayon. Pero even iba yung mga phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, parang may
mm,
straight up action parang genre with Iron Man, tapos
mm.
may comedy na material which is more Guardians of the Galaxy or Ant-Man, yun yung ano niya, yun yung parang linya nila.
Mm-mm.
Tapos may political thriller which is more of yun na Captain America, Winter Soldier, yung parang
Civil
hindi lang
War.
oo,
Mm-mm.
hindi lang iba, hindi lang parang even though it's the same universe, may iba't ibang ino-offer na genre sa same na mundo. And that's what they
Yep.
did for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Kung yung WandaVision was more fantasy talaga eh. Almost to the level of magic
Surrealism, right?
surrealism
Tapos
na
yung nga, introduction sa
uh,
magic.
sa
Oo.
magic na era for Phase 4. Ito naman, mas grounded,
Mhm.
mas ano, bumalik talaga. Eh well, ito naman talaga yung linya ng Captain America, yung mas political thriller in a way or political action thread kumbaga. 'Di ba?
Mhm.
Even yung Winter Soldier and yung Civil War. So medyo may halong politika which is true din naman even sa comics, 'di ba? Talagang
Yep.
political ang material ni Captain America ever since. Hello, he is fighting the Nazis and fascism. So may level
Oo.
talaga, may texture talaga ng politika ever since ang thread ng Captain America na storyline. And with this series, racism ang
Yep.
main theme ng ano
Mhm.
ng series. Ikaw, anong
Yeah.
mga hot takes mo muna?
First of all, I have to admit, when this was announced, dun sa lineup nila for Phase 4, I wasn't really interested. First impression ko kasi, ay parang ano siya, parang bro film. Alam mo yun? Parang more of masculine, alam mo yung mga fight scenes, action adventure na mas ang flavor ay
Mas
focusing on masculinity.
at saka mas toward to mga straight straight men ang demographic, 'di ba? In a way.
Oo. Oh, let's admit to that.
Mm.
And I'm not really a fan din of yung sa dalawang characters, si Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Kahit, I mean, sa comics. I mean, although I know na yung ties nila sa Captain America and hello, I mean, they've been Captain America for a time then, but I was never really invested sa mga stories nila. And even nung kahit nung nasa MCU sila, never really saw them as main characters. Naalala ko nga after watching Endgame, didn't really wanna see Falcon or even the Winter Soldier as parang being successors of the Captain America mantle. Parang gusto ko si Chris Evans pa din forever ang Captain America. But of course, I mean, we have to move forward, di ba? That can't happen forever naman eh. So, after watching the series, I'm glad that I was proven wrong. It's a series that has a lot of heart actually. So grounded and relatable, especially considering yung struggles and yung stories ng dalawang main characters. Like of course si Winter Soldier, yung trying to come into terms yung sa
Mm.
horrific past niya, 'di
Yeah.
ba? As a Hydra agent,
Assassin or agent, yeah.
assassin,
Yeah.
yep. And then of course kay Falcon na who feels unworthy of the title of Captain America because of
At saka,
yung
well, yeah.
expectations sa mga tao.
Tsaka yung nabanggit mo na ngayon, yung maganda dito eh, kasi parang na-humanize yung mga superheroes in a way. I
Definitely.
mean, hello, Sam is na-deny sa bank loan. Hello, superhero
Mm.
superhero na to. Actually, nakakatawa yung part na yung tinatanong ng bank creditor kung wala ba kayong fund? Di ba parang gano'n yung parang hero fund na parang
Oo,
nakakalako.
exactly,
O
oo.
kung sinusweldohan ba kayo ni Stark, yung mga gano'n-gano'n. No? Parang ang
They're
ganda lang
not millionaires
na,
or
ang ganda ng aspect na parang girl, sinave ko na yung mundo pero wala nga akong pera. Nadedeny pa ako sa bank loans. Pero ako naman
oo.
naaliw dun sa factor na yung treatment nito is very body cop comedy. Yung alam mo
Mm,
yung banters nila, yung parang I
oo,
mean it's very reminiscent of yung mga classic body cop movies like Rush Hour, yung alam
oo.
mo yung may straight character, may comic character,
Yep.
21 Jump Street or Men in Black, 'di ba? Yung parang mga
Mhm.
ganun. So nakakaaliw yung mga na
Gano'ng
dun yung
klaseng dynamics.
na dun dinala yung yung series na to which is
Mm.
only 6 episodes, 'di ba?
Mm.
Anong mga highlights mo, girl?
What really worked for me is yun nga, yung richness ng mga characters. Definitely yung journey that they had to take individually. Like example, yung kay Falcon, yung story niya to become a worthy successor of the mantle. Alam mo yun, yung transformation lang niya from someone who's just agreeing to the status quo to
Mm,
becoming this fully realized character who's defiant and outspoken. And yun nga, parang a different version of Captain America. Alam mo yun, who's not, who has the same values ni Steve Rogers, the original, pero who is not just a shadow of him.
yeah.
If you know, di ba? Parang if you know what I mean,
Tsaka pati
he does
ano,
things differently. And ito lang, the fact that he's a non-superpowered hero, alam mo yun, parang he's just an ordinary man struggling, trying to make ends meet. Alam mo, may issues sa family. Parang, and then he undergoes serious training. And ito lang, yung may subtle touch na he has a different fighting style than Captain America, I mean, the Steve Rogers. Alam mo yun, yung, especially no sa finale part yung when he's using his wing, yung
wings.
combination ng shield at saka yung
And
wings,
wings, ang
'di
galing
ba?
noon, yes.
Ang correct, ang ganda ng pagka-choreograph noon. Yung parang ginamit niya na ano parang he's using it as parang pambalance 'di ba?
Mm.
Yung sa fight scene with Carly.
Yeah.
And also, yun, ginamit niya as a parang shield din, no? Parang
May
no when
may may isang scene 'di ba na parang yung sa helicopter sa bridge, yung
correct,
ginamit
yun,
niyang shield na
exactly.
parang kung
Oo.
people are assuming, well, it's made of vibranium. Kung if
Oh, kasi galing Wakanda eh.
tsaka if it can stand that kind of force, parang from a helicopter, parang nagka-crash, hello, it has to be vibranium, gano'n.
Definitely.
Mm.
And of course, yun nga, yung strongest trait niya, yung compassion niya. Kasi yun yung parang naging ultimate weapon niya in the end of the series. Yun yung naging
Mm.
panlaban niya when he was having this discussion or this debate with the senator and tsaka yung ano, 'di ba, yung committee, yung sa GRC committee.
Mm.
Yun, yung just how he developed kasi ano comparing like how he started as a side character lang, 'di ba, sa film series, sa previous phases and becoming a becoming a separate and a unique character of his own after this series. So parang it makes the audience realize that yes, he is a deserving successor to Captain America.
Tsaka pati kasi it felt earned kasi nga may
Mm,
journey. Yung parang
yes.
kaya kasi siguro hindi niya tinanggap nung una na parang binigay lang sa kanya yung shield na parang I don't deserve this yet. Parang gano'n na parang I need to
Mhm.
actually find
Oo.
myself and actually well kasi nga naman din yung tumanggap ng mantle na government assigned kumbaga
Mm,
si Walker wasn't really
mm.
that he didn't have the qualities of a Captain America or the
Oo.
at least yung Steve Rogers kind of
Persona or
persona na parang yeah,
mm.
ipo-portray. And on the same level, ganoon din naman yung struggle din ni Bucky, which is I kinda like
Yes.
kasi nga
Mhm.
yun naman kay Bucky was like coming to terms na parang finding his own peace, 'di ba?
Mhm.
Actually ang galing nga nung mga therapy scenes. I mean, ang napaka-mundane nung therapy scenes pero it kinda
Yung
parang
interaction niya with the ano, no, with
oo,
Dr.
parang
Raynor, yung
Parang
shrink
imagine
niya.
mo na parang superhero, super soldier nagte-therapy,
Mm,
meron lang. Tsaka actually ang galing ng cinematography nung scenes. It's actually super close up in a way, yung sobrang right in almost to their eye na high angle.
oo.
Anyways, I'm just yeah, na-enjoy ko yon yung interaction niya tsaka yung finding, yung going through the list of people na
Yep.
he killed and tsaka hello, he may pagka-geek si Bucky, if he read Gandalf and in 1937. Naalim ako doon kasi may the big threes, di ba? Parang there's no wizards and whatever, whatever. Ang galing ng banter, ang galing ng writing, di ba? Ang
Yep,
clever ng
yung
writing.
interactions niya with Sam,
Mm-mm.
I think it's one of the highlights of the series. And yun nga, di ba, yung you've always wanted to root for this person and it's just a relief and you're happy to know na alam mo yun, that he's already taking full control of his life now and being able to move on from his haunting past as the Winter Soldier.
Tsaka sa akin pa, the biggest highlight, one of the biggest highlights of the series din is the, well, it's a given. Ito yung action scenes. Kasi opening scenes pa lang, yung fight scene pa lang sa Libyan airspace, yung bumagsak ka
Correct.
sa border, that whole
With
sequence
Batroc.
with Batroc was actually like very MCU movie.
Oo
Well,
naman.
this is a TV series kung tutuusin. They could have scaled it down. This is a TV
Mm-mm.
series, di ba? Pero they didn't. And
Mm-mm.
full on to for an opening scene.
Oo.
That's happy. Tapos yung totoo yung fight scene nung tatlo sa dulo, yung that whole sequence, which is very
Mm.
reminiscent of Civil War fight
Exactly.
scene din
With
with
Iron
Iron
Man,
Man, 'di ba?
diba?
Na parang
Mm.
if you notice it, parang taga may semblance ng fight scene yung
Oo.
with the shield and everything, ganun.
Mm-mm.
Hey, the fight scene of the Dora Milaje. I mean, I'm
Of course.
super happy that they were in this. I mean, I didn't expect it, pero oo nga pala, si Baki nga pala is galing sa Dora Milaje.
Oo.
And
He was called the White Wolf.
the White Wolf.
Diba?
Not the White Panther, di ba? White Panther. And of course, one of the highlights was Zemo.
Oh,
So
yes.
for some reason, parang naging hot si Zemo sa series na to, di ba? Kasi di ba may level na, especially, well, I mean, I guess na highlight din kasi yung dancing scene niya sa club.
Correct. Oh, yung sa Madripoor,
Oo.
diba? It catapulted him to become one of the most lovable Marvel characters in the
Oo.
MCU right
Hello,
now.
naglabas pa ano 1 hour version ng that sequence ng official Marvel account, nakakaloka yun. Ayun lang, ang happy na, well, kasi iba rin diba, I mean, siguro mas alam mo yung story arc ni Baron Zemo sa comic
Mm-mm.
books kasi 'di ba parang he started his own team then of villains ba?
Correct.
May
Parang
ganun
yung
yung story
Masters of
arc siya,
Evil.
'di ba?
Oo. So, yeah. So I'm also happy about the series is they established Zemo very similar to his comic book counterpart. Kasi I
Mm.
remember back in Civil War, I think a
Medyo malayo, 'di
critic
ba?
na nababasa ko is yun nga, parang sobrang let down yung misuse ng character ni Zemo. And I'm glad that they changed it back to how
Kumabig ko yun, in a
Oo,
way.
he's supposed to be portrayed. Alam mo yun, yung complex, charismatic mastermind. And dito parang may pagka anti-hero of sort pero it really made him such a more interesting character this time around. And alam mo yun, I would really like to see more of him in the coming, I don't know, series or films. So definitely they are going to use him more. I'm not sure if he's going to parang set up to for the Thunderbolts or any
Well,
other
yun lang din ang
team.
chatter, yun lang sabi kasi nga
Mm-mm.
parang
Pero
hello, it's there. He's in the raft and most of the
mm-mm.
villains are there supposedly. So
Mhm.
parang may ganun ng chika. Ang happy lang.
I think we should also mention yung character ni Wyatt Russell, James Walker
Yeah.
as yung Captain America 2.0.
Yes.
I love how yung pagkaka-introduce sa kanya, parang one-dimensional knock-off lang ni Captain America. Tapos he kind
Actually,
of
parang ano yun, singit lang ako,
oh,
parang may callback din sa first Captain America na it started as a propaganda rin eh, 'di
exactly,
ba?
oo.
'Di ba
Yep.
from the war,
Mhm.
parang
Mhm.
ngayon parang merong didn't they learn from the same ano? Kasi parang gano'n na gano'n, it started na nung before the war, mag theater to theater, parang play production. Dito naman parang yun nga, may production na naman sa school with the band, marching
Mm.
band sa high school niya. So very propaganda pa rin siya ginamit, 'di ba?
Ayun, tapos yun, tapos yung fall from grace niya nung pinatay niya isang flag smasher. So I just really like yung development niya into this alam mo yung character na sobrang focused, sobrang intense,
Mm.
right? And now that he's becoming the US agent like how he is sa comics.
Totoo.
So, and ano may, especially dun sa last episode para may, what do you call that? The defining moment din siya na maging anti-hero siya Kasi di ba when he was given a choice to run after the Flag Smashers versus rescuing
The yeah,
the trap of
diplomats, diplomats, yeah,
yes, yep,
something.
the trap diplomat. So he chose the right thing to do din naman
Mm.
So it's very interesting like how they're going to utilize the US agent going forward, especially with
That depend kay Val
correct
or
Madam Valentina de
Plain.
Fontaine. In
Na
fairness,
supposedly pala, well, di ba parang ang chika is she was supposed to appear nga sa Black Widow because
correct.
before Black Widow was supposed to come out last year. Kaso
Mm.
nagkagulo-gulo na ang timeline. So parang ito lagi yung
Um,
ano niya, first opening niya. Kasi tutuusin parang, kumbaga, kung natuloy yung timeline na yung Black Widow, we already knew her, kumbaga, in this
uh,
series. Pero dito, ito
mm.
yung kanyang big opening number, yung paglalakad niya on those boots, kumbaga.
Which is fine din naman. I don't mind. I mean, she only has like what, two
Two
scenes.
scenes, yeah, yeah.
Pero sobrang karakter ni ano, 'di ba, ni Ate.
Julia
Um
Louis-Dreyfus.
I think they're setting her up parang counterpart ni Nick Fury. She's going to start recruiting
Mm. Pero di ba sa comic book daw,
characters
ano siya,
din.
mistress ni Nick Fury daw?
Well,
Sa comic.
ano, yes. So, she was actually medyo magulo yung backstory ni ate So, alam ko, she was a SHIELD agent, naging lover ni Nick Fury. Tapos, she infiltrated Hydra, pero she was actually a triple agent. Hindi lang siya double agent. Parang she was working for somebody, for another
Flip-flopping, flip-flopping.
organization. Oo. So, although dito, hindi naman in-establish kung what organization she belongs It could be Hydra, she could be Madam Hydra dito, or
Mm.
it could be somebody, parang something else. Could be, kasi, yun nga, going back to the Thunderbolts, parang she could also be working for, if you recall Thunderbolt Ross, yung
Yeah,
Fal,
yung si General, 'di ba? Si General.
correct, yung general
Yeah.
who's tied to the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
So she could be that part of that organization, or could be the start of the Dark Avengers kasi yun din yung nakikita ko na matunog din lately
Yeah.
which sa two of the teams part ang US agent. So it's parang nakaka-curious like sino pa ba yung i-recruit nila
Yeah.
going forward, 'di ba?
Saka feeling ko naman, most likely with Disney Plus right now being this successful with these two series, parang
Mm.
parang if it doesn't pan out to something like an MCU movie, they could have something, a TV series then, which is kind of, which I bet.
Greenlit na ba yung season 2 nito?
Which one?
Ng Falcon and Winter Soldier. Alam ko pinag-uusapan na
I don't
It will have a season 2.
I don't think there will be a season 2 kasi they just released na magkakaroon ng Captain America 4 with
Ay, isa pa yun.
with Falcon na. So I'm assuming, kasi 'di ba, with this, well, we already mentioned it, 'di ba, yung end credits nga ng title sequence nila,
That was a nice touch.
post-title sequence, hindi na Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
Correct.
naging Captain America and the Winter
Mhm.
Soldier. I mean, siguro kung may TV series, it would be Captain America and the Winter Soldier season 2. Parang gano'n. Pero I felt like na mas priority yung Captain America 4 starring
No,
Anthony Mackie na as Captain America. It
grabe
feels like,
no.
it feels like the
Wow.
way.
Yung how it progressed to that. I'm amazed by it.
Well, I'm amazed that the whole MCU machinery in a way kay Kevin Feige kasi,
Mm.
well, in a way din naman kasi Marvel has tons and tons of material to work with. Hindi naman ito isang ano lang overnight na material. Parang they have a lot of stories to tell din naman sa kanilang
Oo naman.
wheelhouse in a way from way back pa, 'di ba?
Mm.
So yun yung advantage din ng Marvel. So gusto ko lang din i-mention kasi hindi pa rin i-mention yung isa pang highlight ko is the scoring. Kasi
Mm.
girl, may isang Filipino song na pumasok. Charot. Pero bago yung Filipino song, kasi nga, kaya ko gusto i-highlight yung scoring. Ito yung importance ng scoring, yung theme scoring per character.
Mhm.
Kasi, girl, ginuguspan pa ako doon sa yung mga small details na, for example, kapag Zemo, yung Zemo
Mm.
theme lang yung maririnig mo from Civil War, or yung
Mm.
theme ni Bucky from Winter Soldier bumabalik.
Mm.
Tapos, yung yung nung dumating ang Dora Milaje, yung theme ng Wakanda, maririnig mo. Ang galing na ng magalong touches at din yung magaling na um, when you establish a specific theme for a certain subject matter, na
Oo.
ang galing lang when you hear it again on a new material. Parang, ay, ang galing ng pasok. Tapos yun nga, when he went to Madripoor, nasa ng amats mo, nasa na may which is surprising, di ba? Ang
Actually,
winner
oo. Parang
nun.
it was not expecting that. And I was ecstatic actually. Noong una parang, teka,
Parang
parang familiar
familiar.
to Sinong hip-hop artist na to? Noong una inisip ko, parang, hala, Cardi B ba to? May ganun. Tapos na biglang nagtagalog.
Nagtagalog.
Ano, antidote to. Utang ina.
Oo. And in fairness to him, di ba, nakatapol siya sa top 10 ng Billboard's digital sales. Kasi nga, well, the clamor of it. So, ang winner nun, nice touch.
Oo naman, bagay.
Mm,
Actually, considering na how they're supposed to portray Madripoor.
mm.
Kasi Southeast Asia naman talaga yung location niya eh. So, it's
Pero may chika ka dyan
very
sa
on
Madripoor.
point. My only critique dun sa portrayal ng Madripoor is how come
Ah,
sobrang konti lang ng mga local Asians na nandoon.
puro expats, di ba?
Correct. I'm pretty sure na I guess they were shooting this during the pandemic and obviously they cannot do
Oo.
I'm
Akala ko sa
unsure yan
Atlanta sila
on
nag-shoot eh.
location, 'di ba? So
Oo,
here
Atlanta.
obviously it's going to be a challenge pero yun kasi the way that they portrayed Madripoor sa comics yun nga
Southeast Asian
parang
country, di ba? Is near
yeah it's very
Indonesia nga
Singapore,
daw. Oo.
very Bangkok,
Mm.
mga ganun ang dating niya. So okay fine, Kev. This was just a minor
Ah.
detail.
Oh, teka pala. We have to talk about
Mm.
Carly.
Oh my
Carly,
God.
how do you pronounce your last
Shucks.
name?
Morgenthau.
Morgenthau,
Oo.
yun. So,
Mm.
because kasi sa comics, lalaki to, di ba? Parang
Yes.
may
Exactly.
gender bender na ginawa ang
Yes.
MCU.
Mm. Yun.
Pero same cause in a
Yes.
way.
Yep. So, well, first of all, I love na pinotray siya as an innocent-looking young girl, right? Na it's a nice and a sharp contrast to a very masculine cast, 'di ba?
Mm.
So I think that's worth noting. And I also like how they updated yung backstory niya para mas maging compelling, mas maging
True.
relatable sa audience. Kasi dun sa comics kasi I know na parang ano siya eh, parang rich kid ito na parang naging disenfranchised and kaya naging that's why they're called flag smashers kasi parang anti-nationalistic
Yeah.
sila eh.
Mm.
Parang they think that nations or nationalism is an outdated concept.
Mm.
Kaya, and it promotes disunity among men. Parang as a race, di ba? Which is to a point, tama naman. Di ba? They've shifted that to
Post blip.
post-blip. Yun
Yeah.
ang parang they
Mm.
want to restore yung world how it was before the blip,
Mm.
right? Which is actually a very good concept and ang daming stories na pwedeng pagmulan
Mm.
doon eh. Yung I mean just the blip itself. I can talk about this later on kasi parang it's one of my it's actually
Yeah.
one of my main lowlight yung sa blip eh. Pero I just like the fact na she's portrayed as this resourceful, charismatic leader that relied on her followers at saka yung underground organization that they instituted instead of this, alam mo yun yung typical na rich, influential
Mm.
person.
Mm.
And yun nga, syempre, yung usual conflict na noble ends o parang noble goals through violent
Yun
means.
nga yung violent means.
Diba?
Exactly.
Ang ganda lang ng characterization niya. Parang I almost feel bad na namatay siya.
Well, you can talk about your lowlights na. Kasi ako naman, unless I have more highlight. Kasi nabanggit ko na lahat ng highlights ko. And I think we can talk
Just
about,
one more,
yeah.
although it's part of it's kind of like a lowlight din sa akin. Yung character ni Sharon Carter.
Medyo
Yung
let down,
revelation
no?
niya as a power
Power
broker.
broker.
I mean, let's face it was predictable.
Yung medyo let down. Parang I really wanted na iba pala yung power broker.
Exactly, ako din.
Though given na parang, ay nako, mukhang siya na yung power
They're setting
broker.
it up, pero I really hope that she wasn't, 'di ba? Kasi sa akin, personally, parang I'm just happy with her being Agent 13. Alam mo yon, as part of
yeah,
Shield,
exactly.
as part of the, I mean, yung original Captain America mythos. Pero I guess it's interesting to see how they will take this character development sa
Mm.
kanya. Pero when they, alam mo yun, nung ni-reveal na parang, ay, sige na nga.
Oo, true. Totoo naman.
And ano lang, they're also setting up yung si Joaquin Torres, yung
Yeah, si di ba yung Falcon? Asa cute siya. Teka lang kasi, sabi ko lang cute
guwapo.
siya. By the way,
Mm,
dahil baklaan naman to na ano, ang sarap-sarap ni
mm.
Baki dito ah. As in, Baki forever. I mean, yung brooding na lalaking lalaki. Actually, dapat sa simula pa lang, ito din sinabi ko, nakalimutan ko eh. Na parang, yung Baki talaga ako sa level ng hotness. Though, I mean, though Anthony Mackie is cute din and hot, pero ibang level lang yung pagkalalaki ni Sebastian Stan na parang, I want a
Alam mo,
Sebastian Stan.
mas sila masarap dito eh.
Turut-turut totoo naman.
I mean, even kahit si Wyatt Russell, 'di ba? Parang ang
Oo.
hot niya lalo pag galit siya.
Mm.
Pag ano, yung parang bubugbugin ka sa kama, 'di ba? At syempre yung
True.
montage ni ano, ni Falcon, ni Sam, 'di ba? Yung when he was he was training with the
Training.
Shield, na mag-isa lang
True.
siya. Yun.
Yeah.
And then, yun, Isaiah Bradley, yung apo niya,
Yeah.
right? Elijah. So I think they're also setting him up to be Patriot.
Patriot. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
yun. So that's another thing that's worth mentioning. So as for my Lola, so I have a couple, pero they're kind of related naman. I think I wish it was more than just 6 episodes. There are other parts that they could have expounded more, right, dun sa story. But I think para sa akin most especially yung world, the post blip. Alam mo yon, yung implications niya on a local scale. And I think the story could have benefited from that. Kasi kung mapapansin mo, 'di ba, they were only just referencing yung struggles ng mga refugees. I mean, sige, fine. You saw them na in these refugee camps, kung ano yung parang dinidescribe lang nila kung ano yung hirap o yung struggle nila. Pero I would have loved to see parang some more visual representation kung ano yung reality talaga. Kasi kung isipin mo, no, it's actually a very interesting development. And we'd never really, ako personally, parang I'd never really thought about it until the latter part na lang of the series. Parang, oo nga, ano yung plight at saka yung struggles ng mga refugees na to? Or even just an ordinary person adjusting to this new world. Ikaw imaginein mo, no? Like, so, parang 5 years ago, nawala ka, right? Tapos syempre the world moved on after that. So ano nangyari sa family mo? Kung may asawa ka, anong ginawa niya? What? Kung kung
Nag-asawa na
naiwan
ulit.
siya,
Oo,
so most
nag-asawa na
likely
ulit.
what? May bago na siyang asawa,
Mm-mm.
right? What about yung mga properties mo? Right? Like yung paano yung bahay mo, yung kotse mo,
Oh,
yung mga anak mo.
di ba yun yung nangyari doon sa nag-a-apply sila ng loan? Parang you don't have income for 5 years. Like, well, I was gone for 5 years. Parang, how do you expect me to have income? Parang may ganun chika na, yeah.
Mm-mm. Right? And I think it we needed more, more of those scenes just to make it, alam mo yun, yung at least yung particular yung message na yon, just to hit it home much further. Because ano parang when I was watching it the whole time, I didn't really feel how terrible or how chaotic the world is. Maliban na lang pag sinasabi lang ni na Carly at saka yung mga flag smashers. Alam
Mm-mm.
mo yun? I guess they could have painted a clearer picture
Parang
of
show
the
don't,
whole blip scene.
parang show
Of the
don't
whole blip
tell.
scene.
Parang,
Yeah. Actually, yun lang. Yun lang naman sa akin. Although I'm pretty sure that they will, I guess, showcase this more sa mga other series or films. So yeah, I'm really hoping na they would eventually.
Ako, I mean, wala naman ako masyado ding ano. Actually, dahil feeling ko din bias ako sa MCU. I'm an MCU fan. Na parang wala pang MCU can do no wrong for me as so far. I mean parang every material they put out is parang top level naman talaga din. Parang kung mag-ganit picking lang din yung mga napapansin ko. Pero it's not really a big issue for me. Actually, I'm happy with the series din. Like I said, it offered something different from WandaVision and from
Mm-hmm.
it makes you more excited from what's upcoming in the next mga series na lalabas nila. I-highlight ko lang din talaga yung how they tackled racism, especially in America.
Mhm.
Especially yung scene when they just got out of Isaiah Bradley, right? Bradley ba?
Oo.
Isaiah
Mhm.
Bradley, yung first time nilang i-meet si Isaiah na his
Tas nag-aaway sila sa daan, si
daan
Bucky at
tapos
saka si
tapos he
Sam.
was profiled. I mean,
Correct.
he is practically Black Falcon and he was still profiled. So, ang powerful ng scene na yun kasi it's very relevant of these days, especially yung mga pinilalaban sa America with BLM. So, it's so nice to that a series like this is very timely and they highlight it and it's like it gives a focus even yung even yung the whole monologue of Falcon or Captain America na hindi naman siya debating pero he was reasoning with the senators yung
Mhm.
after he saved them na parang borderline cheesy though. I mean, it's very brave heart in a way yung eksenang yun na parang he was telling people what yung mga reasoning out. Pero I think it's needed and
Mhm.
it needs to be said yung mga ganong issues and because he was kind of re-echoing yung concerns of ni Carly
Mhm.
kaya nangyari yun
Correct.
eh. So yun yung good na yun, yung parang contrast about that na parang yun yung pinopoint out niya kay Carly na parang we have the same views, we have the same
Oo.
goal, pero yung means mo lang talaga yung problema.
Correct.
So
Yung
no,
path na tinake niya.
now I'm doing this the way that I saw fit, kumbaga. And it kind of
Mhm.
worked. It worked, 'di ba? So
Mhm.
your take?
Okay. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or in this case, Captain America and the Winter
The
Soldier.
soldier.
It's an excellent Marvel series. Well thought out characters, great action and adventure, and just the fact that the MCU universe is expanding after Endgame, and it's showing a lot of promise. I can't wait kung what they have in store next, right? It's another winning series, and I'm pretty sure na ano next, Loki ba? Yung ano?
Mag-Black Widow muna, I think.
I mean, yeah.
Or the series
Okay.
Loki. I think it's Loki then Hawkeye. So di ako nagkakamali, but you have to check
Yeah,
that.
and of course, what if yun?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that these are going to be, wonderful additions to the MCU library. So I really can't wait for that.
So
So yeah.
yun, so we're so happy about the series again. Ito para ang second full-on TV series ng Disney Plus, 'di ba? Ng
Yep,
MCU. So we're looking for more. Loki's next for sure. We'll make our Talakan version after that then. Not per episode,
definitely.
definitely. And we love Loki. I mean, this is interesting kasi sa preview pa lang naman is very interesting na with Owen Wilson. And I love
Mm-hmm.
Owen Wilson. So yun. So watch out for that. So this has been another episode of Talak-E-Talks. Please continue to subscribe and like our channel. And don't forget to hit the notification button for more Talakans in the future.
Yes, and we are also available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Please follow us on our social media: Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
So this is Tilapia Words back.
And I am Shamsi Sapsap.
Bye!
Bye.